I got some British ska playing in the background. Hopefully I don't get a copyright ding. So here we are, 311. Are you familiar? They had a big single called Down. They had a big single called Amber. Amber is the color of your energy and whatnot. Look at this old sucker. All right, before I get started here, who knows what this is? Anybody? Does anybody know what this is? I just found a whole bunch of these, and I bought them because what the heck? These are amazing. This is a wax cylinder on like a metal core, like, and then they put the wax on there and cut music grooves into it. Check out my groove. So this would go on to the little wheel thing, and they would drop the needle onto it. As it spun, the needle would go along and project the music out like the old Victrola type deal. I need to do some research on these things because I want to know more about them. I knew they kind of existed before we found them, but not really. I mean, having something in your hand is like, okay, it definitely existed. But these are over 100 years old. Look, it says on the end, patented July 29th, 02. That's not talking about 2002. We're talking 1902. This thing was patented. And then, of course, you know, through the next years and everything, these went for 35 cents in 1903. So that's probably something insane, like $100 today. 35 cents was a lot of money in 1903. It was more than enough to go around even. But, you know, progress. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I got some of these for my collection just because I think they're neat. Look, these older ones are like really messed up, but I don't care. It's not about playing them. It's just the aesthetic of having this centuries old piece of music history for decoration in my music room. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so moving right along, 311. I think my first time seeing 311 was with Adam at I think it was the second Warped Tour, I want to say. And then, I mean, subsequently, who knows? I think I've seen them 4 or 5 times, and I think most of them were on Warped Tours. I don't even know. Once you go to so many shows, let alone festival shows, and you see like 30 bands in a day, it gets really, really, really hard to remember if you've seen that band at a certain place and date and all that kind of stuff. I wish I would have kept better track of it all through the years, and I do have a ton of my concert stubs here, but we just haven't gotten to yet. I mean, this whole bag is full. I had like 2 inches from back in the day when Adam and I used to go to so many shows all the time, and I lost them somehow through the years. So this is like starting again as an adult and what I've amassed. So yeah, we went out and saw, I don't know the name of the field. I really wanted to do this with Adam and tell these stories together because he was here for like all of it, just about. I mean, I've seen plenty of bands on my own, and I'm sure he has too. a lot of the same ones even, but he remembered a lot better these old details of when and where and who they played with and what. But I remember from the first time I saw 311 at this. Okay, so I live in St. Cloud, Central Florida, and then there's if you go out to the East Coast, it's like Melbourne. If you go up, it's Cocoa, and that's where Ron John Surf Shop is, right? So there's 192 runs straight over from my city to the coast to Melbourne in a east-west line. And then if you go up further north, there's another road that goes basically from Orlando to Cocoa in an east-west line like that. So there's a road called Nova Road that connects them. If you head out of St. Cloud, make a left on Nova Road, and then make a right on the Beach Line or 528, or I can't remember the name of the road, but it's a dead end. You have to make a right. And then if you keep going down that, when you hit the coast, you're looking at Ron John Surf Shop, basically. But once you get out of St. Cloud and you get off Nova Road, and then you get to that other road that goes over to Cocoa, on that little road, they're only on that road for like a handful of miles. All the other part of the journey is really long. But then once you get on that street, it seems like it's boom, and you're at the coast. But on that road somewhere, there's a baseball stadium, and that's where they held the second Warped Tour for Central Florida. So that's where we went and saw 311. Diesel Boy, I remember. I think Mighty Mighty Boston's played. I couldn't even tell you. I need to look up the lineup of that second Warped Tour to refresh my memory of who all we saw, because that was a busy, fun day. But okay, finally an actual story. 7 minutes in here, but that's all right. We were watching 311, and it was kind of a valley, a little bit. Most of the stuff around Florida is really, really flat. So like you look off into the distance, and it just goes and goes and goes, you know. But at this place, it was kind of like going down to the stage a little bit, and it was packed with people like shoulder to shoulder, front to back. And when they came out and started playing, people caught the rhythm quickly and started jumping. So the whole crowd was jumping like this. I mean, it had to be a few thousand people there that day at least. But it was so weird. Like, I'd never experienced anything like it before, and I haven't really felt it like that since. But it was nauseating if you stood still. If you just stood there and everybody around you was like going like this, like, oh, I don't know what it was, but it was rough. But I remember being blown away by them. I was already listening to them anyway. I've been a big fan since the early stuff. Adam and I found out about them pretty early on with Grassroots, I believe, the first one. And music, I definitely remember Adam had both of these cassettes we used to listen to in his black car with the white door. But yeah, they're one of those bands for me that kind of comes and goes, and I forget about them for a couple of years, sometimes even, and I'm like, oh yeah, 311, and I'll grab their something, usually one of these two, to be honest. Music or Grassroots is where it's at for me. And then their third, I believe, is this one, the blue one. They had like a good publicity or promotional thing for that record. I remember they did all the alien head stickers, and everybody around at the Warped Tour had tons of those stickers, so they ended up stuck everywhere, you know. And stickers are really, really good guerrilla advertising, because they get stuck in the right spot and they'll sit there until they fall off or fade away, you know. It could be years and years. But yeah, I remember the 311 stickers being around forever, listening to music and Grassroots on cassette while driving my mom's car around town in St. Cloud back in the day. Good memories. So yeah, here's this one with the CD. You can see the they did little stickers of these alien heads that looked like guitar picks or something, but people, they had like sheets of them, you know, so people had those things all over the school, all over St. Cloud. I would be surprised if you could still find one somewhere. All mixed up, don't know what to do. Oh, there's so many good ones off this one too, but if I had to pick one even, I would probably still pick Grassroots, the first. I love this record, and it's just such a great sounding record, and the way that they recorded it was phenomenal. All right, I'm gonna run through some more here. I got a promo copy. See the gold stamp of Transistor. I got, these are all singles. Yeah, look, this is an old promo for a song off of the Grassroots album, the first one, Lucky, from the Capricorn album, Grassroots. But yeah, see how it says for promotion only right there. I'm really, really into that whole thing. I don't know why, I'm just like a real nerd about promo or test pressing stuff. I only have one test pressing actually though. Okay, so that's seen. This is Feels So Good. Feels so good. This one is so catchy. Very, very catchy. They like to do the drop D kind of groove stuff, almost sounding like Helmet with just the riffs, the guitar riffs sometimes, and I am a huge Helmet fan, so it made sense for me to think 311 was pretty good too. They sounded a lot different back in the day than they kind of do on these last few records. Here's another little EP, enlarged to show detail, home video bonus EP. So if you bought the enlarged to show video VHS, they gave you the little sound tracker to go with it. And I got both of these separately. Wild. Let's see, I got another album here. This one's from Chaos. And I think they've got one or two more after that I don't have, but then there's this new one. This one hasn't been out that long. Well, 24. But this is Full Bloom. Really good record. I bought this when it came out on this colored vinyl, and then they did a promo on their website where they were selling the CD autographed, so I copped the CD too because I wanted to add them to my autograph collection as well, which I'll get into one of these days. I just looked at it and was like, oh, autograph collection? But no, you guys get the cylinders tonight. That's your bonus material. So yeah, that's all my CDs and vinyl. Then I got 3 7-inchers here. I got this Don't Tread on Me on yellow. Pretty awesome. Got Little Brother as a B-side. I got Who's Got the Herb on white. It's got Grifter and Who's Got the Herb 2001. And then my dear friend Hannah, Hannah and Roman were friends of mine that used to own East West Records on Orange Avenue. I talked about them on the last video for a second. But Hannah gifted me this one day. And she has a way of making things very special. She's like, this is very special, basically. But I remember that, and it is. This is like another promo. Yeah, I read it right here, for promotional use, not for sale. So she knew I dug these guys, and I think she didn't have much. There you go. Yeah, awesome. So that's one of my 3 7-inches. And then yeah, I got the video here. I don't really have any other stories, so to say. other than that, I definitely wanted to say how nauseating it was if you stood still and everybody was jumping like they were going to win a gold medal for it at the same time. So it kind of was like an earthquakey, like, I don't know, uh, traveling sickness or whatever it's called. It made you feel like you lost your balance or something and you were just done. Like you kind of had to move with it or you would lose it. Move it or lose it. That's the theme from this 311 chapter of Songbook Stories. Check out In Bloom, or Full Bloom, not In Bloom, that's a Nirvana song. If you got nothing going on and you're in the area, my buddies in the Nirvana cover band are playing House of Blues for free Friday the 13th. Get online and get yourself a ticket and go check out the closest thing you'll have to seeing Nirvana ever again. It's pretty awesome. I've seen them several times. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this Songbook Stories. Thanks for watching, as always. I got a few more, actually. Wait, that's not it. I take that back, because I want to finish up the numbers here, because I don't have much. Next is this band 411. And I really need to put this in. I meant to put it in the car and get a refresher on it. But this kid on bass, I mean, he was a kid in 90. He's probably 50 now, or 60, 55. But he's wearing a Helmet Strap It On t-shirt. And Helmet was like my band. Helmet was like my all-time favorite band all through my youth. Meantime was my record. Like, it's part of my DNA still. I can play pretty much the whole record on guitar. I used to do that a lot. All right, so anyway, yeah, this is from what I remember, it's like, for lack of a better term, pop punky hardcore-ish. I don't know. It all sounded the same back then a little bit. All right, so how about this group, 808 State, for the dancers, for the clubbers, the clubbers. I got a couple other ones from my DJ days, because I was a DJ, you know, like 25 years ago. But yeah, here's one I picked up from Virgin back in the day. This has got, oh, they didn't date them. I hate that. Made in England, it says right there. So yeah, 808 State is really chill, kind of like dance dub, whatever. There's so many different names for genres I don't understand sometimes. It's dance music. You're supposed to shake your butt. It's very simple. This guy is amazing. As far as DJs go, he was kind of one of my idols, really. Like, his stuff is really, really hyper, drum and bass, jungle. Again, what's the difference, really? I get it, but whatever. Yeah, I've got a bunch of AK-1200 vinyl in my DJ stack. I need to go through all that stuff and alphabetize it separately one day. And ending on this band, I don't know too much about, but I remember that they didn't annoy me too bad. They back in the day. I definitely was not really ever a fan of this group, but I'm a musician and I recognize musicianship, and this band has musicianship. It's just not always for me, whatever she's singing about. I love Jewel. Does that count? Anyway, that is it for the numbers. So the next one, I think I'm going to do what I did with this video more, and have a central band, and then whatever is around it, if it's not a big band on its own, you know, do a couple so I can run through it, because I'm like this far into a 35-foot, 40-foot collection, so we gotta step it up a little bit if we can. So yeah, coming up, I think I'll probably stick with AC/DC. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.